but then I thought, well, well, I knew he knew Demi Moore really well, because Amelia was they were good friends. So he probably was like that with everyone, you know what I mean? But just really, it was fun. It was just fun, just fun.
What was your One Tree Hill experience like, and how is that different than Melrose?
Well, I mean, it was the same because it was ensemble, so there are a lot of people. So I'm comfortable in that. I'm really comfortable in that. Like, hold on. Hi.
I don't want to kill you, Daphne.
You're killing me. You're killing me, Dave. Does anyone call you Dave?
Some people do. You can call me whatever
You
you
slap
want.
them if they do.
David,
I'm married to a David, and he's like, don't call me Dave. And
I
then I
have
hear
friends.
like his old friends call him Dave and Davy, and I'm like, really?
You can call me Dave, David, Davy,
Yeah,
whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm good. Whatever, sweetie.
You can call me that.
The difference between them was, I would say, just my age, because I was older, and I wasn't part of like the younger mix that they all were on One Tree Hill. But and back Melrose was all consuming, and you're part of the main cast, and here in LA, so it mixed in with your life as opposed to being in a small town in North Carolina. Well, Wilmington isn't a small town, it's a city, it's a small city, I think.
Do you think, I mean, I know you were just on the Drama Queens podcast. I
So
mean,
fun.
right?
Oh, I love them.
Do you think, like, with all the reboots going on, like, is One Tree Hill ready for a reboot?
Yeah, I think everyone should be ready for a reboot. I mean, I guess if there's a smart way to do it, right? Because reboots don't necessarily work or last if it's just a reboot. But if there's like an interesting thing to say now and today, um, I mean, I'd be intrigued, even just to watch it for sure. Yeah, and they're all great. And One Tree Hill is it's such a it was a really special show because of the fan base. I mean, that show raised this fan base, and they are so dedicated. We didn't have that on Melrose. We didn't have social media. We didn't have ways to contact. We didn't go to conventions. I mean, I think there was Star Trek conventions back then. That's it, So, but these fans, it's really incredible to witness it, to see it, and to hear about it. And now they have this podcast, and I mean, that show was on for 9 years, and these fans are still all around the world. France, Germany, they have Brazil. I don't want to leave anyone out, but like they're really big One Tree Hill fans still, and their kids, or I do remember being on the set, I think, of One Tree Hill or something I was on the set of, and the mom loved Melrose Place, and the daughter that was right there with her was One Tree Hill. And it was so cool. Oh, I've been at this a while.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, does it feel like one thing, or is it really just generational? Like, okay, this age group, Melrose, One Tree Hill, some Princess Vespa people over here.
Yeah. Well, like when I do a con now, the dad will be Princess Vespa. The wife will be Melrose. She'll lean forward and she'll go, I love you from Melrose. I don't know what they're talking about, but and then of course the kids might be One Tree Hill.
Cover all bases. This is
Cover
why,
all bases. Then we'll do a family selfie.
and you like doing the cons because you get to, see the people.
I love
And like you
the con.
said,
I love them. Yeah.
well, you have a con coming up. I mean, it's going to be
Yes.
you and Josie Bissett and
Grand
Grant
show.
Show.
Yeah. It's kind of the first time that we're doing one. I think we're kind of like, dipping our toe in to see doing it as Melrose Place. Like we'll each be signing our own. So, if you're One Tree or Spaceballs, for sure they'll be there. I've done Steel City Con before, and it was great. But then we'll do like group stuff too. And it would be great to just see them and be with them.
The group photo op. Well, listen, when you possibly see me there, you will remember, and I'll
Are you
be.
gonna come?
I might actually. Listen, it was like
Yeah.
you, and then I'm like, okay, I should probably go to this. And the thing about these cons is as they get closer, people are added. So I'm not convinced, like, come on, like, where's Doug Savant, Laura, like, these are your friends. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
convinced that other people won't be added as it. But
Yes. Yeah.
me not going is not unlikely. Like, I really might be there for real.
Do you go, how often do you go to them? Do you,
You know
if
what it is?
you're,
This is truly like, and I could have talked about the concept of fame anyway before, but like, because I do this job, I actually go to them less now. I think like this job, which I've been at for almost 5 years, has totally changed my relationship to fame and people that are in the, because it really, like you said, like everyone's a person, like we were talking before, I've had Suzanne
yeah.
Summers on, and just the list goes on and on. So you really I mean, I've done over 1,000 interviews. Like you just, they say,
Wow.
like they say to be like a professional, that's like to be on rote memory, it's over 1,000. So my whole kind of vision of fame and just everything has changed. So I actually go to less now, but and also I'm just busier, and I'm like, it's really
Yeah.
work for me, but I still go every now and then.
Yeah.
So I went to them more, but like,
Yeah.
this 3 people from Melrose, I'm like, okay, but I understand
Well,
you're also human beings. It's not you, but it's like, oh my, okay. And I'm on the East Coast. I'm like, this isn't so bad. It's against, so.
yeah. No, I think, well, I'm looking forward to doing it with the two of them. Josie and I did an episode of Fantasy Island,
Fantasy Island,
and with Laura. And then of course Grant and I went on his show, Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Dynasty. And so there's been I've gotten to see some of, that's really fun when you get to, because we all have stayed really pretty close, so done a couple of those reunions and stuff. So it's always cool to see them.
What do you attribute that to? Because you guys have stayed pretty close, and that's not so. Most of the times you punch in, you do a job, you might have one friend from your job you did 10 years ago, but like you guys really are, there's a core of you that really are close. Like, how did that happen? Like, what do you attribute that to?
I don't know I think it's just, you know, I'm not sure. I think the cast members who do a TV show for a while, stay close. I mean, whether it's a two-hander, or, if you go on, you guest star for a while on something, maybe you don't, obviously, but I think it's not, and that was a very formative time in all of our lives. I think we're all in our somewhere in their 20s. Josie was 21, whereas I was, I think, 30. So doing Melrose Place. So, there was a little bit of an age gap, but I don't know why. I don't know why. I just remember doing stuff, with each of them. I mean, Grant and I stayed in touch, and, just, we did another show together. He came on Beautiful People for a little bit. And, of course, not with everyone, because they also have their families. Like, I don't